This is a Nekko Media podcast.
What's your pleasure, sir?
Old word is you turn nose up. Fancy that they don't doubt it. Thought it might be too soon to cop to that, but how about? I know that we don't talk about going back again. What's the worst that could happen when you get the right amount? Say when.
Say when, 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 say when.
Say when, 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 say when. Don't forget you don't have to kiss the ring they can't make you. Doesn't mean they don't hate you just because you do. I know that you don't talk about going back again. What's the worst that could happen when you get the right amount? Say when.
Say when, 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 say when.
Say when, 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 say when.
Welcome. Finally, the P has come back to hell. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Annika P. You know, the Cinderella Hellborn, the bringer of change, the fucker of faces, full-time soul breaker, enthusiast of all things Dan Stevens, cheese-tasting hobbyist, eggnogaholic, and modern-day witch. I am all that and more. Cinephiles and Cenobites, thank you for bearing with us as the boys Mox and Ono make some changes. Lots of them. They ain't even here. They phoned in all their segments and will show up at the end of the show. Lazy. Anyway, this is episode 3 of season 2, Say When. Thank you for tuning in. I will guide you through today's show and bombard you with promo after promo. Yo, we moving on now? Not really, but we're getting there. Opening the show is the Slashtag configuration for you new listeners, where Mox and Ono review a newly released film while they watch the Jigsaw film. Yeah, did y'all see that? This franchise is about 100 pieces, and they've only put together 9 of them. Or was it 8? Who's keeping track these days? Slashtag configuration.
All right, welcome to this /tag configuration. Today,
Coming at you midnight, October 30th, October 31st, now Halloween, because it is midnight.
we're gonna be talking about the new
Piece of shit called Jigsaw.
Jigsaw, part of the Saw franchise.
Oh god, I feel like they're trying to do a Star Wars and like build another one, right? Like even you commented that they're gonna start its own new spin-offs from here.
It could, yeah, the way it ended.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, I guess we should say. But I mean, it's been out for like 5 to 6 days, guys. If you haven't seen it, you wasn't really wanting to see it, and for good reason.
I thought it was gonna be like Final Destination 5.
At least,
Yeah.
I mean, that one has the gimmick. Oh my god, it's actually a prequel, like the thing.
Right. Yeah. And it does.
It sends you there if you're like critically trying to think of what's going on because the movie's so boring.
Yes. It does what it did before. You're jumping in and out of timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you don't know where it ends or begins.
The only thing is they really don't do anything different. This franchise, played with it nicely when you didn't know what you didn't know.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, before we get into the meat of it, there's 2 directors, brothers, Michael Spierig and Peter Spierig.
They're both fired.
And
They're somebody's nephews, I'm telling you.
it was written by
Somebody at Twisted Pictures.
Pete Goldfinger and Josh Stolberg. He directed Predestination.
Oh, that's your film.
Yeah, that's my film.
The
Also-
brothers directed the Predestination.
Yeah, they both did. Oh, nice. Winchester.
The upcoming movie?
Upcoming
No wonder they previewed it at this
Yeah.
movie. That movie looks
Ooh.
like shit.
You think so?
Yeah, I ain't watching it.
The House of Ghosts? Ghosts.
To me, the only one nowadays who can pull off a ghost story is James Wan.
Oh, they also did Daybreak.
Daybreak or Daybreakers?
Daybreaker, sorry.
Okay, I kind of love Daybreakers.
Yeah.
Really? The same guys who did Predestination and this bullshit did Daybreakers?
Yeah, Ethan Hawke.
Then you know what it was? It was the script and the story of Daybreakers that made it good,
Yeah.
not the direction.
Also the leading man.
The leading, well, I mean,
Yes.
you know, Ethan Hawke, of course,
Of
holding
course.
it down.
Yes. He held that movie together. The film stars Matt Passmore.
Is he the one from Glades?
Yes, yeah, the Glades, yeah. We also have should we say who's in this film?
I guess so.
No. Okay.
Vander Hoot. What's her name? The really pretty Canadian girl.
Hannah Emily Anderson.
No,
No?
it's Laura Vander Hoot.
Oh, okay.
Vander Woot?
yeah. Vander Voot.
Vander Voot?
Vander Voot.
Well, I knew it had the Canadian oot.
She's from
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Uh,
Sorry, I just saw fucking Yoga Hosers.
we also have Callum Keith Rennie.
The black dude.
The black dude's Clay Bennett.
Oh.
The other dude's he was in The Killing.
Conspicuous. Oh, the series.
Yeah.
The Swedish one or the Netflix one?
The Netflix one. I don't know if I didn't see the Swedish version, but he's the psychiatrist / later we find out, or he's the husband, and then we find out he was also the psychiatrist
Of the daughter.
of the woman,
Of the main
the
cop
detective.
lady.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, that is Mandela Van Peebles.
Oh God, really? The dude.
Yeah. I was telling you, hey, that looks like a young
The
Van
guy.
Peebles.
No, you said that looks like the guy who directed New Jack City, and I started laughing because I couldn't recall his name, but I knew who he meant.
Yeah.
Mario Van Peebles.
That is Van. He does look exactly
Splitting
like
image.
Yes.
Fuck, just like O'Shea Jackson Jr. Like
Oh, yeah.
splitting image.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what though? I think Ice Cube's son, is better suited to acting. I think he has more nuance in his artist toolkit than his father does. So I think he'll be a way more dramatically successful actor than Ice Cube.
Sure. I think well for him I think acting came first.
As
Right.
opposed, because he didn't have the same struggles that the father did. Yeah.
Yeah.
The father's an artist, but he's like, the street
He was a
art of
rapper
the 80s
first.
coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah.
Let's go with hip hop. Let's be respectful.
Hip hop. And yeah, that's it for the main cast. And we also have Paul Bronstein as Ryan.
I don't even know who we're talking about there, but
He's the one that lost his leg.
oh,
That guy.
that one guy. He's
with
like,
with the jacket.
in quotes, that one guy.
No,
He's
the
complaining. He's being a fucker the whole movie.
Yeah, that one guy in the those reality shows, right? The complainer. Just do it. Yeah.
And he's like being selfish and shit.
Yeah. So getting to Jigsaw. Yeah. So the film opens up on like a car chase.
Like on a random bullshit car chase, you know,
Yeah.
and it made me think like, oh, dude, hey, this is the first Saw movie that's not opening up in the fucking torture sequence with the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But actually,
It was so. Oh,
I was gonna say, yeah, like he begins the game, right? So that's
that's the way we're delivered
Yeah.
the game rather than being in the experience of the people in the game.
And it is a kind of a bullshit car chase scene.
It is so bullshit.
I
Like
thought it was
we
fake.
both thought it was gonna be one of those cut,
Yeah.
and then we're on the filming of the new Saw movie, but no, it is supposed to be happening in the actual world
what?
of the Saw.
This is
They
real?
meant it to be serious,
Yes. It was real.
and it was so cheesy. Even the end reveal, but we're not there yet. Just
No.
this movie bases itself off cheese, and it builds upon that cheese until its fucking impotent climax.
Let's see. So yes, the game begins shortly thereafter, about maybe five-ish minutes after that initial sequence, and
Yeah.
we have a new game.
We have 5 people with buckets in their heads with chains around their necks being pulled towards fucking what is that? What kind of saw am I doing here? Like
Buzzsaws,
buzzsaws in the
okay.
wall now. And
know. And
you forgive the complicated extravagance of these traps in the other ones because of the way, how the directors put you into it. But this one, just the way it's filmed, it's very contrived and it looks almost game showy.
It does, yeah.
Very trivial.
And it seems that, well, these players, they already know of Jigsaw, right?
I feel like they seem to like not be totally what the fuck.
Oh yeah, not ignorant yet. They know. Oh my god, I've read about this. Now I'm in.
Right.
Oh.
Although they never on the nose drop it, you get the feeling from them, and I think that's purposeful. But it's a cheap purposeful because they never explain why these people, seem to have some semblance of, oh, this is that guy doing this to us. We're here. They're just screaming and flailing, literally, with the kind of acting and overacting you see in a fucking reality TV drama. And
we know why these new devices seem kind of pale in comparison to the previous.
That was a good one. That was a good one because I noticed that at first, like, this seems, even though as complicated as it is, the traps themselves, the emotion and all of that is much more downplayed or much more pedestrian or sophomoric than some of the other ones,
Yeah.
You also notice that
Maybe,
the green filter is absent.
Maybe even newbie-ish. Yo, this is your first time.
It's noobish. It's noobish, yeah. And we find that out later, but
yeah.
But I mean, the revelation is not even revelatory. It's fucking like meh.
Like, yeah, you're just waiting. Like, where's the twist?
That's
like,
all you're waiting for this whole movie because
me.
it's so boring. You aren't invested in the torture. You aren't invested in the characters. I know Saw has always been about punishing bad people, but the drama they create about punishing these bad people doesn't get you enough to cringe or care about these people.
True. Yes. It's sometimes their backgrounds are like, did they really deserve
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
They did some shit, but they don't dramatize it in a way that, I feel like, and they talk about this, right? Finger on the scales. There's no, I guess, gravity placed on, there's no weight to the scenes, emotional weight or consequence. Yeah. You don't give a fuck what they did. Yeah, it's bad shit, but
yeah,
you also don't, there's no suspense leading up to the gore, I feel.
Sure, yeah. Some parts are
really
kind of cringeworthy, a little
very cringeworthy, yeah, but just
it's true. And
like the lotus blossom head at the end. That was like, whoa.
Oh yes, okay.
But that was also when the examiner guy, the twist, when that didn't happen to him, I was like, okay, he jigsawed
the
it.
way it looked, I'm like, was this like what kind of laser is this? I was expecting like Resident Evil, like, oh, give me some peace, like it's gonna turn into an artichoke his head, but and
it's just like, and then you don't see brain matter. It literally just looks like some alien that, Venus flytrapped, but in 8 pieces open.
That was terrible.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
and then we find out, these things, these traps were set up was a little bit more on the personal side.
It was very personalized, which is another problem.
Yes, yeah. So, because then they point out, right? Well,
at the end, Jigsaw tells him the main takeaway is no. This game is never about vengeance or personal agenda.
Yeah.
You taught me that, and that was a good lesson because the whole thing about the new Jigsaw guy, because he's not everybody Jigsaw is actually dead. It's a fucking apostle or whatever you call him. Disciple. Yeah.
We saw that in the sixth Saw. There was another disciple there too.
Right. No, it was like a whole cult of disciples, right? The cult of Chucky, but the cult of Jigsaw.
Yeah,
led by the Dread Private Roberts. Yeah.
Sure. Right.
But yeah, he tells him, you taught me that because the only reason the bad guy of this film was in the game 10 years prior or before, he was in the original game is because he fucked up through carelessness and it affected Jigsaw and Jigsaw wanted to punish him.
That's a big
fuck up.
Yeah, like putting on names. And you think that's the reason why part 3 happened? Because of that mess up? No, this all happens pre everything, right? Yeah.
No, but it could have led there though
yeah.
because this happened first.
Oh,
This is in fact a prequel.
Because I guess the tumor in his head progressed because he gave him the wrong X-ray.
And by the time he tried to go to insurance,
Yeah.
they were like regular insurance people and like, no, we don't.
See,
cover
that's
that.
a lawsuit there waiting to happen.
But he would be dead.
Oh,
He's supposed to be dead.
Yo, he could have collected so much.
That's a lot. That's malpractice. That's fucking malfeasance.
He would have been living happy. Well, he wouldn't have to have done any of the Saw movies after 4 because he would have been like living in the Bahamas collecting.
Well, you know, this was never about money because it took money to pull off all of the extravagant traps we've seen, you know, in 1 through 7.
Or just a mad genius.
He is like super genius. Like that's why,
and that's stuff in his barn. He didn't have to go to the Home Depot to get new buzzsaws or tools.
Like he just stocked up, but
and that's why it's rusty. That's why it's all rust. On
I
his
feel
devices.
like there's a point in the film here where 2 medical examiners are gonna, you know, they're like, okay, we know the plot, we know where the game's happening. Let's go rush him. We got this one big caliber Dirty Harry gun. I'm like, serious? Fucking Jigsaw is Kaiser Soze. You think nobody else tried to shoot him before?
You think that's a gun from one of his devices?
Oh, that thing, yeah. From part 2.
Right, yeah.
Probably because they show that.
Japan.
You know, maybe this is a film that could be examined, but I feel like this is a film that entirely misses the mark. But there are gems of greatness buried in there, and I don't know why, you know, it wasn't fleshed out more and uncovered, you know, more fully and better.
Maybe on a second viewing.
Well, no, I don't think the problem is with us. It really isn't. I think it was there, and then somehow it was cut down to 91 minutes of just bullshit.
Woo! 91 minutes. All right. So, what do you think of Jaws? Or Jigsaw? Jaws.
Where did Jaws come from?
Because I was thinking of the Jigsaw, but then I just went to
That's
Jaws.
the part where it's like half and just the mandible.
Jigsaw.
The movie, it is a big time no watch.
No
Hashtag no watch.
I say if you are a fan of the series and a purist, completionist, yeah, go ahead and watch it. You'll watch CC.
Actually, if you're a purist, you would avoid this. But yes, as a completionist, you're compulsory.
You're just gonna have to watch it.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm not a completionist, but I wasn't not gonna see this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have a movie show now, so of course I'm gonna see this.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So you give it a go.
Go watch CC.
Okay.
Peace.
All right. Welcome to the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast.
Dave, hold the phone there, man. This isn't a show. It's a promo.
Oh, sorry. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Wait, a porno? With just the 3 of us?
Oh.
Well, I guess I'm game if you guys are.
No, you idiot. A promo.
Oh, promo. I knew that. I was just cracking wise.
Okay, can we do this now? Wait, looks like I lost my notes. What are we gonna do?
Of course, okay. Look, I'll handle this. All right, everybody. I'm Christian. You may know me from TJF13. This guy over here, that's Dave Z. You may know him from Banana Laser, The Skeleton Crew, the ABCs of Hidden Horror. And this guy over here, that's Brandon.
That's Brandon? That's it? That sucks, man.
Yeah, what the hell's with that? There's nothing else you can say?
No, not really.
Well, he's quick with a joke.
Or a light of your smoke?
But there's someplace that I'd rather be.
Who cares about us? Let's say something about the cast.
Okay, cool. We're the Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast. We review, dissect, critique, and make fun of horror movies new and old.
Sounds a little bit cliche, but I guess it's okay.
Dave, why don't you tell them a little bit about some of our big shows, like the 40 Years of Horror, our top 50 slashers, even our classic format of pairing a new and an old movie together.
Yeah, and how I have to edit like 3-4 hour shows twice a month just because we watch and review so damn much?
Yeah! And how we do feature-length reviews, shorter length, round-robin reviews, top 20 topics, and a lot of fun interaction with listeners.
That about covers it.
All right, sounds good, guys.
I knew we could do it.
Tell the fine folks out there where to find us, Dave.
Oh yeah, Exploding Heads Horror Movie Podcast can be found on Horrorphilia.com, the Horrorphilia Network, LegionPodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, and anywhere that fine podcasts are heard.
All right, that's a wrap. Now, guys, tell me, what's the deal with this porno?
Are you the caboose or the engine? Them's the jokes, folks.
Alright, welcome back. I'm your girl Annika P. Up next, we have Kicking and Streaming, the segment where Mox and Ono recommend programming from popular streaming services. Although, I think Mox fucked up. He's recommending you to not watch his pick. Fair warning, in a sense, a heads up. And Ono and his mostly shitty picks, and it's shitty because it's always good. To him. Kicking and Streaming.
Alright, so for my kicking and streaming, I have season 2 of Freakish, an original program exclusive to Hulu and currently streaming 10 episodes. So a quick summary of season 1. It's a Saturday morning at Kent High School. Students are either in detention, basketball practice, cheer squad, in the band room, or student council. An explosion happens at the nearby chemical plant, and a fog settles upon the town. The students at the school are divided on what to do. Some leave and some stay. But it turns out if you leave, you get sick and eventually turn into a freak. That's what they call these, mutated, once-human monsters. Days go by, contact with the outside world is a negative, and the students' rations are running low until an outsider, an adult outsider, happens upon the school. Turns out he's there to kill off the students. He's unsuccessful. So the group must now determine who goes outside to look for help by way of a lottery. The athlete of the group is chosen, but what seems like a failed mission turns into a successful one, so to speak. The season ends with the athlete returning, but he did not come back alone, and it ain't the freaks. Season 2 starts exactly where Season 1 ended, off to an excellent start. In my review of Season 1 of Freakish, do check out Season 1, Episode 14 of this podcast for a refresher. I called Freakish a breakfast club with zombies. But in Freakish, though, we have several brains, a few athletes, 2 princesses, borderline basket cases, and all criminals. Season 2 of Freakish, though, is more St. Elmo's Fire. Just kidding. But it's a bit more mature in content within the context of the film, though. There's still kids trapped in an adult situation with no adults. Or good ones, to say the least. In Season 2, we are introduced to a new group of survivors. I can't tell the ages of this new group, though. If they're in high school or in their 20s or 30s, who knows? Everyone looks perfect. Check out the zombie variable, and we have a daytime soap opera here. Also, we're introduced to Violet's ex-boyfriend. He's kind of mentioned in his Season 1, who works security at the chemical plant. So I'm guessing she's got one of those older boyfriends. Whatever. There's also another group of survivors, but this one, so there's one and then there's the second one. This one's a bit different. Turns out there is another class of freak, and we have soldier freaks. The plot thickens. But not all these freaks are perfect. Some come with defects. The series takes us outside of Kent High and more into the surrounding area of the town, and it's good to know that not the whole world is affected by this fog. Not yet, anyway. The storyline becomes more interesting without branching out to too many subplots, but enough to keep you enticed. We see more freaks, some evolving freaks too, and they're also called moaners or mutants to some people. Whatever floats your boat. But to sum up, if you enjoyed Season 1, you'll definitely enjoy Season 2. It's definitely more of everything. Again, Freakish is currently exclusive to Hulu with 10 new episodes.
For my pick, I have the recent Netflix film Death Note, directed by Adam Wingard, written by Charlie Parlapanides, Vlas Parlapanides, Jeremy Slater, based on the manga by Takeshi Obata. It stars Nat Turner, Willem Dafoe, Lakeith Stanfield, Margaret Qualley, and Shea Wingham, who is awesome. Not in this movie, just in general. Okay, so synopsis. A sociopathic teenager whose mother was recently murdered receives a magic notebook that can kill anyone whose name is written in the pages. To be honest, I had put this on our schedule because I was really looking forward to it. And then I saw it and it fucking sucks, but whatever. Here's a quick plot deal. The film opens with the protagonist receiving a magic book that falls from the sky. Soon after, he is visited by a Japanese demon that tells him how to work the book. You write someone's name down and how you want them to die, and then they die. From there, the protagonist, Light, kills his mother's killer, some cardboard cutout of a mobster, and then he feels real good about that. So his even crazier emo girlfriend, who is also a cheerleader. I don't know if that's a common thing these days, but when I was in school in the 90s, these kind of girls were bullied by cheerleaders. So props to modern schoolies, if this is a thing. Very progressive. Anyway, she convinces him to kill bad people, and he agrees, like every teenage boy in the world ruled by hormones, even though Light is supposedly a genius and quite practical. Well, whatever, he goes along with it, and they kill bad guys together. So the psychos take up the mantle of Kira, which at this point feels like an even more stupid version of the real-life SJW idiots running around with Guy Fawkes masks playing like they V for Vendetta. Also, the reason they pick the name Kira is so that the authorities will assume that they're Japanese and they won't be searching in fucking Seattle or wherever the fuck this piece of shit takes place. So the cops, stumped by his mystical genius, bring in a specialist who goes by the name of L, like just the letter L. And he seems to feast solely on candy, and it gives him energy and focuses his mind. Why he doesn't use Adderall instead is never explained. We just have to accept this weird quirk and move on. Fine. So L is a super genius who figures out who Kira actually is. You know what? Fuck it. If you're still listening at this point, and if this still sounds like something you want to see, just watch it. It's on Netflix. Or don't. Read the manga, watch the anime. The anime is available on Hulu or Amazon Prime. And, you know, even worst case, just watch the Japanese live-action franchise. Even though those movies are pieces of shit, there is way more thought and effort put into them. So, believe the hate. Okay, on the internet and from your friends, guys. This movie is a piece of shit. And it's not even a great enough piece of shit to get stoned and laugh at. It's fucking boringly shitty, which is the worst kind of shitty. Hashtag #NoWatchCC.
Don't go down that road. It's a horror movie podcast.
Welcome to Don't Go Down That Road Horror Movie Podcast with John and Rachel. I'm John.
And I'm Rachel.
And we are glad to be a Phantom Podcast Network member that you can find on downrightcreepy.com. Downright. Rachel, what do we do?
Well, we're a podcast that takes two horror films with similar themes, and we put them in a figurative fight at the end, so it doesn't matter if the movie was good or bad. It's just kind of based off character development / what we've just watched and made fun of.
That's right. We review. Yay! But we also get special guests to help us out sometimes, and sometimes we do special interviews with people in the business.
Yes.
We also do some reviews sometimes. It depends if we watched a movie we want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
But we do lots of things. And we love our listeners to always be involved. So we're always open to suggestions and opinions, I guess. S2EP03, or you can check us out on iTunes and Stitcher or even Google Play. But most importantly, check them out on Phantom Podcast Network on downrightcreepy.com. Rachel, where else can they find us?
Well, y'all can take a gander at our social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at DGTR Podcast.
That's correct. So, thanks, and we hope you guys enjoy our show eventually.
And remember,
don't go down that road.
The horror movie podcast. Don't go down that road.
You take the high road, I'll take the low. Then the crevasse, feel it with your mighty juice. Welcome back, Cinephiles and Cenobites. I am Annika P, the hostess with the mostest. The next two segments have Mox and Ono doing their individual reviews. This next one is where Mox reviews a full-length feature in Secular Insanity.
I have the film The Children, directed by Tom Shankland, written by Tom Shankland and Paul Andrew Williams, who came up with the story, starring Eva Berthistle, Stephen Campbell Moore, Jeremy Sheffield, Rachel Shelley, and Hannah Toynton. So it is basically about, in a secluded town, a family is terrorized by kids plagued by a virus that makes them murderously hostile. Forget them, that French language piece of shit that received indie horror notoriety in the mid-2000s. This actually delivers creepy, murderous children. It starts out with a teen who is dragged along to her family's Christmas vacation at her aunt's house. She'd rather be partying, we discover some kind of gunk, and it gets on her little brother, who already was kind of a weird little shit anyways. But later that night, he starts zoning out and acting a little, I guess, weirder than normal. Just phasing out on one of those lights that spins with shapes and stuff, and the other kids in the room are getting kind of creeped out by him. Well, it turns out that that gunk that he got on him is some sort of toxic glob that turns kids crazy. They never explain the origin of the gob or, what in fact it is. But that's, I think, metaphor. You got to figure it's not important exactly in the story what that glob is. All we know is that it starts making the kids fucked up. So, after they get infected, they start bleeding from their orifices and getting violent. And one by one, they pick off the useless adults who believe in bitch-ass, new-agey, hippie-type parenting where they don't spank and they let the child find their way. And the kids do find their way. Just too bad that way leads to the murder of most of the adults in the picture. And so as the film progresses, the teen and her mother start to be the only ones realizing that not only is bad shit happening, it's happening because of these kids. Some parents just don't get it. They think that whatever's happening, they start blaming it on, the teen girl just because she's a teen and she's already kind of bitchy, and they refuse to look at the signs of what's been happening and what's been causing the deaths. So the mother and the teen's mother are the only ones who kind of get it. The mother slower than the teen daughter. But eventually she gets it. So they start murdering kids that are getting in their way of trying to leave that sort of secluded snow community house fucking bordering the woods. And they murk the kids pretty seriously. It's almost hilarious and kind of awesome. These kids are like every little creepy kid you ever seen that you just want to murder or, get the fuck out of your view. And the end, it kind of leaves you with a sort of like open close kind of deal, as they show that the teen, the main girl, is now stricken with the virus because she starts bleeding from her nose or some other face hole. And then they show how widespread the virus is. All of the children in the surrounding area have gone children of the corn. And we get the inference that these children are now going to ruin the world. So I really like this film because I think it was pretty clear in what it was trying to portray, that bad parenting is the virus affecting the children today and making them crazy, and that once they're infected, they infect other children. And never has that been easier than nowadays, thanks to the internet and social media. And to me, I find that super scary. And I don't know, for parents, just whatever you're doing, do it better. So The Children is available on HBO On Demand. # YoWatchCC. So when you get a chance, check out the Indiegogo campaign for Severed Silence. It is from Almost Normal Productions, and they are trying to raise their first round of funding for the upcoming feature about a familial Romani curse that makes its way back to the light of day and curses the main character, and they got to figure out who released the curse and how to stop it. They have awesome perks on their Indiegogo page. A lot of them are getting filled quickly, and with only a month left, they are 67% funded. So definitely check it out. Check Almost Normal Productions out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And I'm sure you can find a link to the Indiegogo page. And definitely check out Severed Silence. Fund it. It takes an army to make a film.
Be sure to check this out. Check 'em go. Now it is Ono's turn for his segment where he reviews a short film. This one in The Shortest Straw.
Alright, for this shortest straw, I have the 2015 short film Shadows. written and directed by Paul Kowalski, whose other works include the most recent short Breathe and Primeval and Under the Night That Covers. You can view those films and his other work on his website, paulkowalski.com. Shadow stars the one and only Carolina Wydra, who has starred as Violet in True Blood, Anna in the indie thriller After, and on House. I kind of want to just tell you all about this short, spoil everything, like I usually do on this segment, but nah, you go watch it. It's a wonderful short, about 3.5 minutes long, and it's all visuals, all action, and no dialogue. And you can keep watching it over and over because every moment, every action, and detail is pertinent. And you'll catch these details with repeated views unless you're a grandmaster film buff and you get everything on the first try. And I'm jealous. But the awesome thing about this short is its presentation, look, and feel. It's all awesome. And it's in black and white. I won't spoil it, but I'll let you know the introductory line that appears on screen in the beginning. The light shone in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. So Carolina Wydra's character, who has no name supposedly, although she's credited as Luna, she's in a house alone, and the house looks as though it's being renovated. New paint, maybe new furniture, but we see it, it's covered in painter's cloth. And as days go by, although time is sort of subjective here, or almost non-existent, you decide. But we know Wydra is struggling, and what looks like with inner demons or inner turmoil, something is definitely bothering this woman. And a look outside the window, past the blinds, Wydra's character, it triggers something in her. And we see a change, a progression, evolution, not just within, but physically too. And even her clothing has some significance. I mean, it coincides with all the radical changes that are happening around her. Just the little details. These changes seem too significant though, and we see Wydra decide on her fate at the end of the film. Again, not giving it away, it's too cool. Shout out to Paul Kowalski for a wonderful short, Carolina Wydra for lighting it up, and Andrew Napier for its music, very thrilling undertones. The short film is Shadows. It's available on Vimeo and paulkowalski.com. Yo, watch CC.
Alright, time for intermission. Just so you don't forget who you're listening to, let me remind you with this. We are Alright, welcome, and just so you don't forget who I am, I be Annika P. Introducing the wild card segment in which the rules are, there are no rules, anything goes. Here's a hint to what it is. Mox and Ono watch trailers. Whoop-de-doo. Schrody's Ladder.
All right, welcome to this Schrody's Ladder. Today we're gonna actually go over some upcoming trailers.
Yep.
And comment on them while we watch them.
This is totally not last minute. We were planning to do this.
Yes. So the first film we're gonna actually
is the new Gerard Butler joint.
Gerard Butler, and it also stars 50 Cent, and
as the token villain,
and O'Shea Jackson.
As the turncoat villain.
Jackson Jr., right?
Ice Cube son.
Yeah. We also have Pablo Schreiber in here, and Sonia Balmores.
No idea, but yeah.
It's directed by Christian Gudejust.
No idea.
Okay. So Den of Thieves comes out.
I've actually never heard of this movie or seen it before, so we'll just see it. I mean, I kind of feel like Gerard Butler, if this delivers on the action goods, then yeah, maybe. But if it's an acting movie with his Scottish accent trying to play like an American cop or FBI or whatever the fuck, like, oh, I don't know, man.
All right, we'll see.
But also, P.S. I love you.
Den of Thieves 2018.
Okay, city scene.
Oh, New Jack City?
I feel like, yeah. Oh, from Saw.
Oh, we got an Assault
Oh, look,
Part
it's
2.
It's the armored truck.
Assault Part 2.
Oh, shit, is that the dude from Power? Oh, Navy SEAL walking around. Oh, mask.
Oh, shit.
Oh, white dude from every movie that he's a bad guy. Lots of gunfire.
So they got the goods.
Oh, little ice cube. Little cube. Lice cube.
That's cute. Do you know what city this is? Oh, this is Gerard Badass.
Georgia, probably. Everything's in Georgia now.
No, he's just playing Defoe from what's that movie?
Boondock. Except without the gay.
We got a problem. It's major crime.
Hey, Cheddar Bob.
Oh yeah, he shot himself, right? Yeah. He's pretty badass though.
I feel like this is every movie ever since the 2000s.
So this is a heist.
It's a heist movie.
It's that Point Break meets Assault. But
I don't know. I feel like they're trying to take themselves so seriously. Like this is Heat because they're showing the cops and the robbers in equal measures.
This could be.
Oh look, O'Shea Jackson.
Set it off with men.
I feel like me as well, right? And then we hear the,
it's
morning thugs, morning thugs, morning thugs.
You just gotta watch the 6 music videos and you got the whole movie.
In harmony.
It does look like it captures a lot of emotional undertones. Like this is not just about stealing.
No, I feel they're trying to do that, but I don't think it'll hit. Oh, and right here he's gonna say what he says.
Right.
He's like showing me the badge. He's like, we're the bad guys. Oh, okay. Oh, and 50 Cent.
He is the West. Part 2.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, but what about the game, though? The game got tossed by Keanu Reeves. Den of Thieves. Oh, Den of Reeves. Coming soon. Oh, please don't. Piece of shit.
All right. That was Den of Thieves. What do you think? No.
I think it looks like a piece of shit that I don't want to see. Oh! Can we watch Punisher?
So this next trailer is The Punisher.
Coming on Netflix. This is trailer 2. We're going to watch 2 and then 1.
Because it's that good.
It makes you cry, dude.
Really?
Yeah, Frank Castle.
I don't care about his problems.
Wow, what a cynic we have. Look his wife. She's beautiful and we're loving. He just came back from the war of doing dirty. And then...
What?
I can't remember anything.
So, his limbs or his family.
Kind of, I feel like. But I mean, his heart too. But yeah, if we're comparing it directly to 1, which is the song they're using in the background, guys, if you don't know, then you young.
That's kind of cheesy.
For real?
A little bit cheesy. Oh wow. Where do you think this series is relative to the Daredevil timeline?
I can only see what I've read. This is supposed to be both before and after his meeting with Daredevil. So obviously the flashbacks with the wife happened before, but look, there's that hot girl from True Blood. That's the present.
Oh, you mean
this is that fat guy from Warzone. That guy? That's the fat guy from Warzone.
Oh.
The character.
Who's the girl from True Blood? Are you talking about Jessica?
Huh?
Are you talking about Jessica? The girl from True Blood?
What?
The girl from True Blood.
Yeah, the fucking hot girl. She's in the Daredevil series. Oh. She's their secretary or some shit. Oh, got that skull, son?
Yeah. Sure.
Frank Castle's like the Punisher.
Does it look like a dead man did this?
He's dead. Just look like the
yeah, that's right.
Man to you.
All right. So this next trailer is my pick. It's a Halloween
His girlfriend wannabe.
pussy trap kill.
Sarah Maliku.
Cleopatra Records.
Films. Yeah. It's a record company that produces.
They do music too.
Actually, it looks pretty legit from the footage so far, man.
Yeah. So I think this is I was supposed to go see this movie in Vegas, but I missed it. But it's about I guess a punk band on the road.
Oh, like the shitty ass Green Room.
I wouldn't call it a crappy green room. I'll call it Halloween pussy trap kill. The band is called, I think, Kill
Pussy Kill. What does your girlfriend play in this one?
I don't know if she's like
a little bit of the song. I want to play a game.
What do you want? Leave the girl alone.
Voiced by Dave Mustaine.
Is that her? Is that Sarah McLean right there in the gold?
Yeah, that's her.
Fuck, so pretty.
Sure did. I got a van.
Actually, bro, this looks not bad.
Yeah. She's a scream queen in her own right, I think.
Welcome to the basement.
That was pretty cheesy. Richard Grieco, really?
Dave Mustaine.
His band is so not known. They have to put Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. It was a band in the 80s.
Yeah, Cleopatra. Entertainment. Yeah.
Yeah, that looked not bad though.
No, I do want to see that for sure.
Well, if you pay for the ordering, we can put it on CCC on Terry.
Yes.
Like, I mean, honestly, I thought it was gonna be way worse by the description. Like, that looks like a real legit movie.
They could have worked on the title, but I think that's intended.
Probably, yeah. That's for that audience, you know, which is not us or me or Cinephiles and Cinebites, but that's for just Ono's private playroom. That's a thing.
All right, this next trailer that we're reviewing is a new movie coming out next year, early next year. It's Proud Mary, stars Taraji Henson. We got
Of Empire and Hidden Figures fame.
Neil McDonough.
Oh, I love Neil McDonough.
Yeah, I love him too. Danny Glover and Xander Berkeley. And so, Proud Mary is she's an assassin. Yeah. So
I feel like the plot is very similar to Leon.
You think so? No, I think she's nah. You can't compare it to Leon though.
Obviously, it won't be as good. Left my good job in the city.
Is this a Proud Mary song? No. Okay.
Working for the man every night and day. Yeah. But I never lost a minute of sleeping. Oh, there we go. It's written by the Creedence Clearwater Revival and John Fogerty. But, I'm sorry, Tina Turner does it the best.
Oh, okay. So the director is Babak Najafi. He did London Has Fallen.
Oh, that movie was terrible.
The second one?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Oh, I thought it had more action though.
It did, but empty action.
Yo, she had nice set of guns.
I know, but we've seen all this before though.
Yeah.
I want to see Taraz Henderson do it up. I think she's one of the most gifted actresses of our time that's gone unrecognized, really.
Her?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, she can do bitch as fuck hardcore, intelligent, plus vulnerable and stupid, and vulnerable and smart.
Yeah?
Like, she got just a humongous range. I mean, it's ridiculous. Oh, this trailer is way better than the one I've seen. But come on, hand to hand, though. And they got the Jackie Brown font, which I hate.
Who the hell are you?
still pretty stoked to see that movie though.
Sure. But I mean, from the trailer, it looks like she's just out for blood. But
I think that's what it is, though. I mean, she's an assassin. Somebody screws her over. In the midst of it, she meets some kid that needs her help.
I see. Okay, well, those are the trailers that we are all looking forward to, or the programming that we're looking forward to.
Yeah.
So
Cinephiles, yeah.
run down the list again. We got Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves.
Punisher.
Punisher, yes. On Netflix.
Halloween Pussy Trap Kill Kill. And Proud Mary.
Proud Mary.
Yes.
Is that 4?
Yeah, that's 4.
That's 4.
Y'all should check it out because we will be. Our recommendation to you.
Yep, check us out. Coming in New Year's.
It's Devil's Night in Olympia, Washington, and out at Henderson Farms, the festivities are reaching a crescendo. Young and old have gathered to pick their own pumpkin, drink hot apple cider, and partake in the usual pumpkin farm fare. However, something has awakened from deep within the fertile soil. After years of abuse and humiliation, the pumpkins are ready to pick us. You can beg, you can plead, you can scream, but these Hell's Lanterns are lit only with the burning desire to watch you die. So that was a brief synopsis for the comic Blood and Gourd by Dead Peasant, who currently have a Kickstarter campaign for issue 3. The series was created by Jens K. Lund and D.H. Schultes. Issue 3 will have art by Juan Ramirez and colors by Fran Gamboa. This is a horror series with both the story and artwork being fresh, fun, and gory. The campaign has awesome incentives, including both digital and physical copies of issue 3 and the first 2 issues. And they also have a special 666 pledge in which your likeness will die in issue 3. Check out the campaign on Kickstarter, search Blood and Gourd, that's BLOOD_GOURD, or check out WeBleedHalloween.com. Blood and Gourd, issue 3, Children of the Vine by Dead Peasant.
Cool series. Read the first 2 issues and they were awesome. Alright, the show is almost done here. Up next is the Seno 6 segment in which Mox and Ono list their top 6 whatever category they choose. They've done crossovers with other shows to battle out their picks. It's boring. Let's hear the shittiness that's about to occur on Seno 6.
The box. We came. Now you must come with us. Taste our pleasures.
Alright, welcome to the Seno 6. For this segment, we'll be listing our top 6 survival films. The main characters of these films are placed in a scenario at the beginning of the movie and have to somehow survive until the end.
These characters either have to outrun monsters, survive a series of cold-ass nights, or become the hunter rather than the hunted. It's pretty much life or death.
Yeah, so we rank these films by difficulty rating of actually like surviving each scenario. 6 being we could totally survive this, and 1 being there's no chance of escape.
I noticed not one of our picks includes a Saw film.
Yeah, I ain't poking my eye out to take the key out of my brain.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, I mean, no, to be like the real.
Yeah.
I wake up in a room and that's what I gotta do to live. I mean, I think I could take 1 pass. Should I miss the key? Fuck it, die. You know what I mean? I could do the other one where we gotta like put pounds in the scale. Like I feel like
pound of flesh.
Yeah, you versus me. Like, look at this, son. Look at this, son.
You gotta slice that pound.
That's what I'm saying, son. Woo. You dying. Look at you, all fucking trim and running, athletic. All this blubber shit. I'm winning you, and you getting killed. Anyways,
all right.
The eye and the key. Yeah. I don't know. I'd take 1 pass, but but you know, just you don't think you could do that?
No, I ain't poking my eye out. Or
like on any level, just 1 pass, nothing. Like I said, cut upon flesh.
Maybe
I mean, you ain't got much to go from, but
maybe,
I mean,
maybe I can saw off my leg. Maybe.
Would you? Because that chick had to put her hand though, right?
Yeah.
The black chick.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. She's supposed to live.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so before we get started, if you hear this, our picks are the same.
And if you hear this, it means our picks are different. Top survival films, go!
All right, so my first pick goes to the Martin Campbell film No Escape, released in 1994. The one with Ray Liotta, who's imprisoned to life on a deserted island. Sure, there are gangs on this island who are always clashing with one another.
Gangs.
Yeah, fighting over resources and I guess land too. But the one who holds the rocket launcher gun has the power. Aside from that, it seems easy living on an island. Like, you're going to be living that island life. You know, if you're with Lance Henriksen's camp.
If you like pina colada.
Right, exactly. Just do your part.
I really don't think it's that, but okay.
Yeah, contribute to the community work and you'll be fine. That's it. Remember there's that one scene where the guy got exiled for sleeping at his post? For like...
I feel that's warranted. Like,
Yeah,
that's your fucking job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if it was like a 3 strikes you're out policy, but at least you ain't in charge of like leading the engineering department or even like the medical department. You just standing guard.
But I feel like you got skills. You're trying to say you just want to be a sentry when you could be someone affecting the greater schematic.
If all you're doing is just standing guard.
I understand. That's easily. But I'm saying, like, with your skills, you're gonna, just gonna be like volunteering for a night watch.
Well, I probably put my skills to use, see what I can contribute, and it's
trying to be a holdout.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
How to be special teams? Put me on the next boat out of here, right? But I probably will be working kitchen detail.
All right. Well, I didn't really like that one, though. I was curious which one. When I saw it on your list, I thought maybe you were talking about the 2015 one with Owen Wilson and Lake Bell. That one I did like.
Okay.
Have you seen that one? No Escape?
No, I didn't see that version. No.
Son, I feel like Nah, I just almost started shit. I was gonna say I feel like I watch more movies. Anyway,
You probably do. Yeah, you do.
I do.
I think so.
Winner. My number 6 is the 2007 Australian creature feature, where a woman and her sister and her sister's husband go on a fishing tour and end up stuck in some glades stalked by a crocodile.
What?
This film is light on gore and action, which goes against my every fucking thing in CFs, but they make it work for them. It's way scarier than The Witch, but, less artistic.
Oh, nice. My 5th pick goes to Pitch Black. All right, quick summary. A ship carrying a group of passengers, which includes an inmate, a marshal, religious folk, and travelers, and they are...
religious folk, I feel like, what's they called? Like, that's
on
like
the mission?
Yeah, what's like when you're like the religious head and you got like, addendum night or
apostles.
Apostles, yeah.
A disciple.
Disciples.
And his apostle.
Yeah.
Okay. So this ship crash lands on a planet, and they find out that the planet will be engulfed in darkness due to a specific alignment of the planets in that solar system.
That happens every how many years, Jay?
365 years.
No.
Okay.
26?
26 years? Really?
23? Something like that, yeah.
It's not like something ridiculous, right? Like 1,000 years.
No.
300
it's
years.
Like, you know what I mean? In our lifetime, we would go through a couple revolutions, only we'd die in the first one.
Oh, right.
Obviously, right?
Yes. Okay. So it's really just a wrong place, wrong time kind of scenario.
Like shit luck.
Right.
But you figure the shit luck is better than what would have happened to them, right? They were about to burn up while in cryostasis, and she jettisoned the ton of them.
She did, yeah.
And, the ones that survived is the ones she couldn't jettison in time, so they crash landed on the shitty planet with the shitty season coming up. With the shitty aliens. But you know what? They had more luck than the people who fucking never touched down.
This is kind of like I was going to say a 30 Days of Night sci-fi without vampires.
Yeah, ish.
Basically it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So, to make matters worse, the planet is host to creatures who apparently are nocturnal, and once the sun sets, it's feasting time. So the group's plan to escape is to transport fuel cells from point A to point B, like across the landscape. We're talking like football fields.
It's really not that far.
Yes,
but it's
it's
just
not
in
that far.
complete darkness, surrounded by the billions.
Yeah, I mean, and then your stress levels up. You're doing cardio. Yeah, so
And there's a little boy who is menstruating.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they smell blood, right? They
Right,
smell
right.
blood.
They smell blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
So, and as a defense
It's a
against the
whole thing.
creatures, they can use anything that produces light. It doesn't have to be UV light rays. They ain't vampires.
There are
right?
levels of effectiveness,
Right.
but yeah,
You can
any
use
source of
glow
light,
sticks.
yeah.
Those will suffice. And
Or those glowworms, right?
oh yes, yeah, they did have.
Now,
those,
do
yeah.
the glowworms eventually become these creatures?
No, I don't
Okay,
think so. I
okay,
think those are
okay.
just
A
different.
separate entity that we
Yeah.
never see. Okay.
Yeah, like light bugs, right? So with Riddick leading the way, this should be a
I feel like it's
cake
like the
scenario.
beach in the ocean, right? What those things called?
Oh, not jellyfish. I know
No,
what
it's
you're
like
talking
a
about.
yeah,
Oh, the
okay, yeah,
algae.
yeah.
Is it the algae?
No,
No,
they're
uh-uh.
little critters that, when
Oh.
are disturbed, they create a bioluminescence.
That was in the movie The Beach.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah.
And same thing in this thing, just they're not underwater. Anyway,
Yeah. So yeah, with Riddick leading the way, this is in the bag. Even if you're the weakest link, Riddick will help you. But little things just mess this whole plan up. Like there's no team unity, or but just to put that aside, this movie just would have ended earlier if everyone's just worked together. Yeah. But come on, guys.
that's Jay. Hey, Jay, you feel like you're a born leader? Like you could have organized that to the benefit of the group?
Yeah.
Or do you feel? Or...
I feel like if someone didn't step up, I would have been like, "Let's go."
But like, yeah, everybody was saying "Let's go," but like, you know what I mean? Because
So
you
you-
have been like, "Let's go." Here's the plan. Because I feel like they also had a plan. It just was a shitty plan. Because at the first sign,
I think it was just
the
only
lights
thinking-
died,
Yeah.
and they lost the fucking antique guy.
But I think like whoever takes point is already like.
Well,
the
we know
leader.
Riddick was gonna take point,
Yeah.
but he's not like a leader. Like, that's what I'm asking. Could you have organized the rest around Mr. Richard Billy Riddick?
Sure.
I
And then
think you could have too.
I think
I would have been for Jay's plan.
Well,
What's
like-
your what would okay?
well like let Riddick take point,
Right.
and I'll get the tail end.
Okay.
So like there is no weakest link. It would just be me. But then it'll be like stomp the yard. Come on, man, let's go. Columbus goes back and like helps
Right.
helps Neo, right?
But yeah,
Neo, the
yeah, but-
chubby Neo.
Yeah, but I mean, the way he said it was like, "Come on, man, let's go." Like, put some.
Well, come on.
Go and go. Okay. Well, I mean, I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little low on your list, though.
Oh, but surviving? Come on, easy. It's like running 240s, in a sense, going down and back.
And getting to the ship through aliens. I mean, okay.
If I had a
You know-
flamethrower, then it would have been fine. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if I had an A-bomb, then. But I feel now that is a creature feature that doesn't skimp on the gore and the action. And on top of that, it transcends its genre and gives us a kick-ass protagonist that's burned into pop culture with Richard B. Riddick. Anyway, my number 5 is the 2015 indie oil tanker thriller Pressure, starring Danny Houston, Matthew Good, and John Cole. During a wicked storm, 4 divers are dispatched to the bottom of the ocean to fix a banged-up section of an oil pipeline. The storm gets so bad that the rigging line gets snapped and they get trapped on the ocean floor in the submersible bell. Cut off from topside communication by the storm and running out of oxygen, they have to act quickly. It's basically 47 meters down, but they got bigger problems than sharks.
Oh wow. So you say when they're in a bell, is it one of those not machines, but like that it's just an open end?
Well, it's closed, but it
At the
is
bottom,
fixed
right?
into a breathing tube. That's what
Okay.
makes it the bell, like a diving bell.
Oh, I see.
But it's big enough to hold 4 of them, yeah.
Oh, all right. My number 4 pick goes to 30 Days of Night. Which is the Alaska version of Pitch Black. I've been in cold places before, but not as significantly
With vampires.
cold, right, as Barrow, Alaska, and certainly
Alaska.
not for 30 days straight while
True.
trying to hide from vampires. Yeah, but if it really was just a waiting game, I mean, yeah, I think I could handle this scenario. I mean, just give me a blanket, a spot to pee and poop, and then an occasional sip of water. Yeah, I'm good to go. But the reason why this movie is so good is that, you know, Josh Hartnett and Melissa George outwitted these vamps. The presentation and look of the film was really cool.
Sacrifice, yeah. The look, like, remember we commented on this earlier that even from the graphic novel, it's not the greatest art, but its representation has a lot to do with what's left out.
Yes.
And what's left in is the cold and the terror and the isolation, and the movie delivers on that. David Slade.
Yeah. Like, you could feel the cold.
Yeah.
And especially the intensity of key scenes.
Yeah.
Put me here. I'll wait it out. Survived. Easy. And Melissa George to keep me company. Well, and Josh Hartnett can hang too.
True.
He can hang.
I got your back, son. I'll hang out with him till he burn up in the sunlight, and you can just get cozy with Miss Melissa George. So, I feel it's it's cool that you think that you could just survive by waiting. I picked films and scenarios I'd definitely die in. So at number 4, I got the Australian caving masterpiece Sanctum. It stars rake lead man Richard Roxburgh and purge villain Rice Wakefield as a father and son who lead an expedition to map a world-class uncharted cave system in Papua New Guinea. I've been fascinated with cave diving since I read a book called The Last Dive about a fateful father and son duo who die while trying to identify a sunken German U-boat. Technically, exploring ships is called wreck diving, but the father and son got their start diving caves, and cavers are the most extreme of explorers. There's just no comparison, in my opinion. Actually, they're second only to astronauts, but not even Everest conquerors can top cave divers. Like,
really?
The danger, because they have to figure out a way to breathe in a foreign atmosphere.
Right.
On top of all the other elements. So, yeah.
You just don't know where you are then, right?
And it's blackout, and you gotta follow a little fucking slinky line. So, in Sanctum, a storm hits, they get trapped deep as fuck underground and have to find an alternate way out. No monsters and shit, but the film does a great job of showing the monstrous nature of cave exploration. I mean, it should, seeing as it was co-written by Andrew White, an experienced caver and cave diver who himself survived a similar situation in 1988 in Australia's Panikin system. He and another caver, a woman, Vicky Bonwick, were the only two of the 15-person team who managed to escape the 500-meter-plus deep tomb.
Damn.
So White later led the rescue team and managed to save the other 13. So in real life, it had a better ending than Sanctum.
Really?
But yeah, one of the reasons it's called Sanctum is because that far beneath the surface, there are cathedral-like caverns, and the immense danger and focus it takes to get there makes you feel like you're knocking on heaven's door. Hashtag prevent your death. That's a cave diving thing. Boom.
Wow, are there like creatures in like the caves?
There's creatures, but not like the cave or Descent, you know.
Right.
But
Or
creatures like fishy creatures and blind, you know.
Like eels or like...
Yes. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
But like
still be
the
freaked out.
littlest of the worries, like...
I still stab an eel. I don't care.
I'll stab at you, yeah. And you know where the kill point brain is in an eel, right?
Where is it?
Come on,
in the
Uncle
head?
boy. In the ass, the tail ass. Like, that's where the brain is.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's where you gotta stab it?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, interesting.
Oh my God, this guy from Manila, I feel like.
All right. So my number 3 goes to Pandora.
Dope.
Ben Foster and Dennis Quaid. Pandora.
I am a both of those guys fan. And what is his name? Cam Giganet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Kung Lao or
no, the is it Daryl? Walking Dead.
He's in that?
Yeah, it's like
Really?
a little bit part.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well.
yeah, Daryl, the bow guy, right?
Yeah. He's okay.
What's his name?
His name is Boondong Sik's brother.
That guy.
Boondong Sik's, yeah.
It was a little bit part. I remember there was news that like a photo leaked showing that Norman Reedus, like he died.
That's his, yeah.
Nice
call.
And then they're like, dude, that's like a spoiler. And it turns out it was actually just his death scene from Pandorum, because he dies similarly. He's getting eaten. Yeah. So if you don't know the title, it's in reference to the mental condition someone may attribute to just long-term space travel, something similar
Like
to maybe cabin fever. Yes. The incident in the film mentioned, that the person who caught it jettisoned the entire crew of the ship into space while still hibernating in their cryotubes. The crew and cargo, so everyone. Creepy stuff, I think. But the scenario in Pandorum is a bit different because everyone is experiencing amnesia for some odd reasoning. No one remembers anything, like when they wake up, and they only have their tattoos to go by, like as kind of a reference point of who they actually are. But they just have no clue what they're supposed to do. Right. And usually that kind of side effect occurs, it wears off later. But nope, nobody remembers nothing. And for like a really long time.
They've been like asleep for like 10,000 years or some unbelievable bullshit, right?
See, I think they crashed, right? And then... Oh, did someone?
I feel like you should say spoiler alert because everybody else is assuming they're still in space.
Whoa.
Guy.
Don't you ruined it. Okay, we'll just not talk about it. Yeah. Well, anyway, spoilers, yeah. The entire ship is jumbled up, and that's because it's been underwater for like 1,000.
Are you kidding me? You were just saying about spoilers, and now you're saying this shit? They're supposed to be outer space. Oh, edit.
And an entire new species flourished. Right?
Yeah. So, say that part, yeah.
Basically, you can call this the descent in
like,
space.
it's been long enough, right, for evolution to occur.
To evolve.
Yeah.
So that's centuries right there. That's centuries, yeah.
But I feel like, centuries, but not the 100,000 years it would take. I feel like it was fast-tracked because of the microcosm.
Like single-celled organisms.
Well, because how they were locked in with nutrients available right there without having
True. But I think, yeah.
Mitosis occurred, and eventually they started fucking.
It didn't start at that molecular level.
Well, they would have had to, though. But, I mean, I feel like it was a sped up process.
Remember in The Time Machine?
Okay, you realize that was not the real time machine?
No, but Guy Pearce Time Machine?
Yes, the fake time machine.
Well, Jeremy Irons, right? He says, I'm a result of your doing. Right? He mentioned something like that?
I totally forget about it.
But like, it was supposed to be kind of, not necessarily his doing, but like, since he traveled into the future, he knows what's going to happen. And like, there's, because you have the underworld people and then you have the people on the surface.
The Morlocks.
Yeah. And there's a reason why they're like that, right?
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Because, Ono was coming shady.
Yeah. Well, in this scenario, I don't think I could,
really?
Survive this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Vampires, yes, in a cold of night, but fucking, okay.
I probably just get eaten right away, right? By those creatures.
I feel like that's a surprise though, right? Like we didn't know, like we had an idea, like, oh, what's that sludge? And then we got eaten. Right. Anyway, though, yeah.
But like once we get to the surface, I can contribute to the.
Say that shit, son. Okay. Oh man.
That just totally ruined someone's name.
I love that movie, okay, but you can't say surface without a spoiler alert. Okay, it's set in space. So I agree. I would have perished, guarantee, but it takes place in space. So surface, crashing, fucking all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So at numero 3, I have Pitch Black. I can't stress how much I loved Pitch Black, and I love it. But I mean, I would have died though, like Garen's.
All you got to do is keep running. That's why we have to encourage people to run.
Okay, let's give these people stats. 360, 6'2", 37. I'm like, we got.
You'd be like, what team do you play for?
Obviously, hetero and little, maybe little homo,
I think
but like
Minnesota has like the biggest lineman.
Yeah, but he's like 26 probably.
All right.
And a pro athlete.
Right. All right. So
come on, nerd.
Yeah. Did you watch Pitch Black in theaters?
I did.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So like it was such a surprise hit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I know. Like, okay.
Like we just like, oh, let's go watch this. All right, because it's rated R. Cool. And then
that chick from Instagram that I showed you.
Oh yes.
She was fat back then. So she picked me up from work at Hilo Hattie, and she took me to that movie, and I didn't know what I was getting into, but it was that. And then after that,
it was pitch black.
It was. I mean,
cutscene.
Cutscene, did a little smash dab.
My number 2 spot goes to Cube 2 Hypercube.
You realize that was the Sci-Fi Channel's remake or sequel, right? That was Sci-Fi Channel.
Did you watch the third one? The Cube
Hypercube
Origin?
or
No. This one,
that was
a
Hypercube.
prequel.
Okay, no, I didn't. I didn't bother because
this one, yes,
Hypercube is so stupid.
No, but so this one was another kind of like waiting game, but more.
I
so,
like that vacuum of time.
Oh, yeah, that's trippy.
Right,
yeah.
that was trippy as shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But
him
see,
and the hot chick, right?
I think,
and then the skeleton.
Yeah, that's true, right? But like this one was just like, I mean, you can stay in one spot forever. Like, but unlike the first one, this cube didn't need no idiot savant to like calculate numbers, right?
True.
For, a brief summary for those not familiar with the Cube series. A group of strangers find themselves in a room with access doors on all parts of the room, so leading to other rooms that are the same. Turns out it's like a labyrinth, although it's in a shape of a cube.
Oh, right? What's that shit she fucking says? Jennifer Connelly. Anyway.
and each room may or may not be set with traps,
anyway,
puzzles, time shifts,
Goblin
and whatnot.
King.
Yes, Goblin. Right. And you just have to keep moving until eventually you find the exit. In the first cube, there are a set of numbers.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Access door, calculating them would eventually lead you to the exit. And in Cube 2, you just basically, well, they don't know this until the end, but you have to survive a certain amount of time before
it's
leaving.
timed, yeah.
Yeah. So I think with this one, though, the difficulty with surviving depends on how well, you work with others.
Yeah, so Ono's a natural born leader. He could have made it. Me, toast.
Yeah,
I would have died with the hot chick in the red dress, bro. Skeletons. And then dancing. I feel that's a perfect time for like,
sleepwalk. They were floating though.
Right, because there's ain't no gravity. Anyway, so, but yeah, I mean,
Hypercube, yeah, 60659.
Your last words or no? That could just be.
Oh no, it's fine. Yeah.
So, okay. I didn't like this one as much as the first one. It is shot with too much light and not enough gore. The story's a little better than the first one on Cube 2.
Yeah,
I'll give you that. But I hate the fucking useless ending.
It was, right? She was like, what was the point?
So, for number 2, I have the Drew Goddard. Drew
Goddard.
Goddard.
Good.
Okay.
Goddard.
Goddard. Okay.
So, Goddard.
For number 2, I have the Drew Goddard and Joss Whedon unicorn, Cabin in the Woods. This film not only transcends the horror genre, it turns it on its fucking head. So this one I may have survived, not by skill or wit, but just because the most seemingly useless guy is the one who makes it to the end, aka my ass. So much gore. So much tongue-in-cheek humor, but without getting full-blown campy like Evil Dead, but not as scary. So it's really not a scary movie, Cabin in the Woods, but it's fucking kick-ass and also a masterclass in contextual irony.
Ah, nice. Joss Whedon just wrote it, right? He did.
Him and Goddard.
Oh, okay. So who directed it then?
Drew Goddard.
Oh, Goddard.
What did I say? Goddard. Oh, like a nerd. Goddard. Yeah, Goddard.
All right.
Not like Godot.
Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
So before we get to our number ones, we have honorable mentions. So for first honorable mention, I have The Mist.
Oh.
Yes.
One bullet. But
that one again is just getting along with your peers.
I really feel it's not that. There's some religious extremists and panicking ass fucking people.
It was one person who was the religious one, and then everyone
and the
followed.
fucking followers.
Well, they eventually followed because it just whatever was happening was matching with her. So those were like, what do you call them? They just follow. They're sheep, right? They're just following.
Me and Ono are different camps in The Mist, so we'll see who will survive in the end. It's a new series on what channel?
Oh, is it on
I don't want to say sci-fi.
I don't want to say that either. But it's not AMC. It's like, is it the Canadian network? Fucking
No, it's gotta
not
be.
Canadian, okay.
It's American.
American. Anyway.
Number 2 goes to Exam.
No. We don't number these. So your next one is
My next
Exam.
honorable mention is Exam.
Oh, okay. Exam.
Did you see that one?
Well, I never saw Exam. I saw that recent stupid ass YouTube Red original that's like The Purge meets Exam, but shittier.
Okay. This one, everyone's taking a test, but there are no like fatalities or casualties.
There's a dude in like a pig mask with a pitchfork at some point, right?
No. That's
wrong movie. Okay. Wow.
All right, and this my final honorable mention goes to It Follows.
Shit Follows.
Yeah. Just because it encourages
because it's
monogamy.
the thing to say.
Right. Monogamy.
Are you in monogamy? I know. I feel like we had this last year at our thing, but like your take now, are you monogamous? Are you
well, I mean, if we have one partner, you stay with that one.
Yeah, but the hot chick trying to come and be like, Jay, what?
I'd be like,
big titties in the
too
face
late, too bad, so sad.
Oh, you're dead.
And then I'll be like, girl, please.
I feel like this guy's a liar, but maybe he's emotionally invested with the other girl. Anyway, so like I said, I you know what though? You're romantic, and I am too, actually. So so yeah. It Follows, I feel you're correct, is an easy fix. You know, all you got to do is fuck someone and pass it on. And I don't want to be a shithead. Pass it to a hooker. Problem solved. You know. So for my 3, I got 30 Days of Night, From Dusk Till Dawn, and the Poseidon Adventure, the original. I die in all 3.
Poseidon Adventure. Why don't you just go hang with Sinbad?
I'm gonna see how that has to do
or Odysseus. Yo, lead the way, Odysseus.
Oh, that's bad. Okay. Oh, have you not seen the Poseidon Adventure?
No, I did.
Oh, that's
it just seems like
your thumbs down. No, it's dude. They get trapped in a cruise ship that's overturned, and they have to make their way. They gotta get up to get down.
So this is like a modern day story. Not dealing
97.
with...
Yeah. No, it has nothing to do with Greek gods. Yeah. Just that the ship was named Poseidon.
Yo, Hades, what's up, Hades? Get me out of here.
Nothing.
Okay.
So weirdo.
All right, number 1s. My number 1 goes to I see you. Goes to Predator. Yeah, an amazing movie where the hunted becomes the hunter. Get into the excuse me. Get into the chopper, or getting to the chopper.
It says get to the chopper. Oh, that was horrible.
Giving Billy an order, or telling Mac to have some fun. And for this film, I feel if I were a trained commando / rescue operative / Delta Force / Green Beret soldier, you know, I might have a chance to stand up against the Predator. Maybe. For these rescue operatives to be trained for any kind of scenario, you know, Pancho, Hawkins, Mac, Dylan. I'm gonna say Mac again. Blaine.
Yeah, double
Billy
Mac.
And Dutch. Billy. You know, they did a pretty good job going up against the Predator.
True.
You know, I mean, that was their final exam. But you know, I'm
trying to tie shit up.
Yo, Predator, just take my spine out already. Just take it.
What an ego on this chap. So I feel like I might be viewed as a non-combatant. You know, I don't really pose a threat with my white belts in jiu-jitsu and fucking JIKC karate. I mean, I don't know if it works that way. I mean, it didn't kill the kid in part 2. So I feel like I just be like, want some candy? Some candy? But I feel like if it did kill me, it would just skin me and fucking hang me upside down. They only take the spines and skulls of prey they feel are worthy. So for me, I'm just like, shit out of luck. Damn Ukjas or whatever the fuck their race is called. So for number 1, I have 1997's Cube original.
The first one.
Yeah. 6 strangers wake up in a reconfiguring booby-trap prison designed by Jigsaw, if you wanted to challenge your knowledge of STEM and obscure savant nonsense. I mean, I definitely die. I don't do math word shit. Also, it's pretty confined spaces, and I'm a pretty fucking fat guy, so this just wouldn't be a survival scenario for me.
Wait, the guy was named Jigsaw?
No. I like Jigsaw from Saw.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I feel
right,
like
right.
you know, his engineering traps, but this time he's like trying to test like your science, technology, engineering, and math skills,
Yeah.
right? And then also some fucking savant like nonsense Rain Man shit that how would you and I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, throw the pebble. It went 45 times, 45. It 45. It hit off the 45. And then I have to agree to access of the angle too. Like, how am I fucking supposed to know that? I'm dead.
Right. Okay. Well, that is our top 6 survival
films.
Go out and survive. Peace. All right. Well, that is it for this episode. Say when. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Yeah. Any final thoughts, Max?
No. Just avoid Jigsaw, and Death Note, and everything else that sucks. But be on the lookout for some of the Cinnabites that we're dropping, upcoming, and repeatedly trying to hit the mark with as much content as we can, and fund those awesome indie projects that are seeking money and followings and an army.
And an army, yes, because it takes an army
to make a film.
Yes, even if it's a short film. Yeah, but anything you want to plug?
Not really.
Okay, well, be sure to check us out on Twitter at cynical_mass. Same goes for Instagram, and Facebook. And be sure to visit the website nekkomedia.com. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
This has been a Nekko Media podcast broadcasting from the Blood Cave, part of the /tag Potter family. For myself, Annika Pussyfoot, Mox, and Ono, keep the lights on and check under that bed, because there's only one universal truth. No lives matter. That means you.
We have candy.
This is a Nekko Media podcast.